Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware of risk in the future trading. All our videos are for educational purpose only. You're very welcome to follow any of our automated trade as long as you are on a sim. Thank you. This is a different type of trade. We already on the trade with gold. The gold, we already took one trade out on the gold from the box. It's $1,000 trade, and now we are climbing to the second thousand if we can on the gold. And then on the CL, this is a trailing stop loss, or you can use the system. You don't need to activate the trailing stop loss. The system stays on the trend until the market change in direction. So this one, this kind of setup is the same auto trade, but this is the first 0-0. So this is the first trade, 2200 on the CL there, and started the first trade at 736, and we still climbing on that trade with the auto trade. And then we will cover some other auto trades once they start firing as well. The market was morning from the European hours. The market was fantastic, but right now we are a little bit in the chop market. How we can see the chop market? If we look at the market analyzer, we have the CL is to the short, the YM to the short, and then we have the 30-year Treasury bond. This is very good, but the Nasdaq is still on the positive sign, where the CL and the ES and the YM they are already start taking a short day on the last entry signal on the YM, and it seems like we are okay. But now the Nasdaq is about to change, and we are going to go from Lord on the Nasdaq. So we keep our eye on those trades. So very soon, within a minute, we will have or a seconds. We should have a short direction on the Nasdaq. Again, we're not responsible for your trade. Follow us on a sim, and we will go down. Very important, because if it's not, it's gonna cause a problem on the Nasdaq. That really will help us a lot. On the Autotrade CL, we are using. It's the same Autotrade. You can use 5 minutes, and if you like to use trailing stop loss, we are using that on the 2 minutes. This is a different type of an Autotrade, and on this one here, as you see, you can use a trailing stop and a stop loss if you want to, and there we go. The CL, the 5 minutes, is gonna stay with that trade, and on this one here, we are about to start closing those trades on the CL. Okay, we have a new signal on the Nasdaq sell. It fired the signal finally, and now the Nasdaq fired a signal. We will go back to. We will start controlling those trades very soon. Put them on the side, and we will see where the CL is going. And finally, the Nasdaq fired signal, weak signal actually. We'll see if it's gonna do any good. And the ES now start taking and grabbing that direction. Be careful with those numbers, folks. Is the 2570? This is an institutional number, and there is some profit taking on those numbers. Is going to be so. We'd like to see that Nasdaq start rolling to the downside. Otherwise, we're gonna get into the chop business, and we don't want to do that right now. So now on the other auto trade, this is an automated signal entry. Now on the other auto trade, we are getting the ES is already this is the first trade on the ES, and on the CL we still the 2 minutes. The 5 minutes is still rolling, and the 2 minutes is still rolling as well, and so I'm going to break even on the CL. Seems like it's changing direction, so you cover yourself on it. And the market is now a little bit trusty, so we can, seems like it's having a problem with the trend in. So you break even a +1 take at least. You start getting a little breathe on it. And the Nasdaq is not responding to the downtrend, so it's causing a little volatility here. Really, we start getting into a lot of a chop here, and the Nasdaq is totally not responding with the ES and YM direction. So that's what I was scared of from the beginning. So now we have a struggling market. The Nasdaq is not good at all. The Nasdaq. So welcome to trading. This is a really heavy one. The market changing direction. And if we look at the market analyzer, it's all in red. a really struggling time. If we look at the market analyzer, it's all in red. Hands off trading, guys. It is really the short is not over. The short is not over again. Just a heavy pullback, and we are going to stay in line with those trades. If you are insistent on going back on the ES, the only trade you have is right here, is at the sell position, limited order 258450, limited order on the sell on the ES. So I'm giving it to you ahead of time. This is the only trade available at the moment. And if you really want to take it from up, you can take the sell order at 259850. So you can take the sell order from here or here, limited order, not a market order. For the Nasdaq is right here, right now. You can take a short trade right there. On a sim, please. We're not responsible for your trade. This is a very good entry for a short. And the YM right now, this is at the re-entry point. Both of them are at the re-entry point. And this is a good place to go ahead and take a short in those area. But if we look at the market analyzer, it's all in red. It's very nasty, a chop. And I strongly advise everyone to calm a bit for 5-10 minutes. We need to learn when to trade and when to stay out of a trade. And right now we are in a really big circle here, and that can get lost in it. So this is one of the first lesson you need to learn. It's not you deciding when and how, never us. It is the market decide when you are allowed to go in and when you're not allowed to go in. Right now, if you are in a trade, that's very fine. If you are not in a trade, you need to keep your hands off everything. Auto trade, signal automated trade, anything you have under your sleeve, you need to sit on the side, because right now it is extreme critical area, and that is gonna whack your account royally. And it's nothing about your tools, it's about knowing when this market is in trouble. And right now this market is in trouble. That means you are in trouble. Your account will be in trouble if you're gonna brush it off. So guys, hands off for 5 minutes. Let's wait till this market take direction, and then we will decide where we want to go with it. Right now, all bets off the table. Again, all bets off the table. There is no trade. Flatten out all the auto trades, and wait till this market get in direction, and then we will be right on it. So please, guys, again, no trade at the moment for the next 5 minutes until this market give us direction. Thank you. The auto trade took a long trade on the Nasdaq, and I strongly recommended do not do that. As I said, stay away from that trade. Why? If we look at the Nasdaq, there is a double resistance area, three resistance area, and that Nasdaq is not going anywhere. So do not follow that trade, and if you are following that trade, be careful. And we will be the ones who took the trades on the scalper. It's the same story. On the scalper, we already nailed 1700 on the scalper, but also there is a resistance line on the 7885. So on the scalper signal, I'm not sure it's gonna make it. Let's see. You see how accurate it is, even on a 15-second, is having a problem at 85 level. If we break it, that means we are closing that trade. It's about to close that trade. The gold close position. This is, be careful with the ES, guys. Please be careful with the ES. Look at this. Even on the 30-second, it's not gonna go anywhere on the ES. Look at this. There is a heavy resistance on the ES, and this is the scalper. So if I was you, I will go ahead and hide the trailing stop behind the support line because it's not gonna do it. I'm hiding them behind the trailing stop. You have a three resistance line on the ES. I'm not sure this ES gonna go through. If we look at the 1 minute, we have we on the 1 minute well, it seems like the system has extended the target now. We are on the scalper over 3,000 on that one. Let's see. I'm gonna leave this one here. Extend the target. I'm not sure about the ES, but I'm gonna extend the target anyway. Drag the ES. If you are trading the ES, take the trailing stop to the next level. And the Nasdaq is about to close position, I guess, on the scalping. Drag your trailing stop to the 260975 and 260850. And to the guys with yesterday was in the webinar. This is a Zhigorov template we were covering yesterday, and I have it today. Just looking at it, and yesterday in the webinar, nailed 3,400 and then nailed another 1,500. I don't remember. Nailed 5,000 in one in half an hour, and now this is Zhigorov, one of our member template. Actually, I'm not gonna nailed 3,400 on that one, and it's the same numbers when we were. It is an amazing job he did on this one. He have it on 2 minutes, but then when we looked at it, we told him to go on a 3 minutes. And if you look at those trades today, how this market it was taking, that auto trade nailed over 8,000 in one day. So this is really a very good job, Zhigorov, on this one here. Really very good job. And it was some other traders also, but I forgot this one on. And today I was looking at it, and very good job. And we have another gentleman also. He did a very good job on the ES, but I don't know where is it right now. This is the chart we showed you. This is the only chart we have on the gold. And we started, it was $1,000 on the previous trade. And on the next trade made 640. So that will put the 1,640 on that template. So that's good. We're gonna test Zhigorov one more time, his template, and we are going to. The first round made 3,400, so let's go ahead and reload it. And then let's go ahead and give him a hard time again. So this is an amazing, and of course you can use it on a micro account, or you can take 3 trades out of it and use one contract on it, or you can use 4 contracts on it. It's up to you. So right now we are going expand those targets, and we're gonna expand those targets. It's up. The ES, I don't know how the ES is going up, but should be over by now. Okay, but we'll leave it. We're gonna extend the target on the ES. I'm not sure the ES is gonna go all the way up there, but we'll see. So the target hit on the Nasdaq. We are done with the Nasdaq actually. Let's look at the YM. The YM is about to hit the target as well. We're gonna extend the target. It's going to hit the target, the YM. So we go back on the ES. The Nasdaq crossed 5,000, and we're about it's about to close. I'm not gonna extend it. Let it be. The auto trade is chasing the market. I don't care either direction. We are okay with that on the Nasdaq. We're gonna take it a little bit farther up. We will go Mr. Zhigorov, my compliment to you with the Nasdaq. And let me see. Okay, and Mr. Zhigorov, okay, I'll do that. Let's see if we are gonna close above 4,000 on the. Also, this the same template, Zhigorov? Mr. Zhigorov is testing right now. He's done with the Nasdaq. He did a good job on the Nasdaq, and he sent us this picture here. You can see he is on the 2-minute ES, and nailed. You can see from the box here on the left, 2,400. But he's still testing it. Of course, it's on a sim. He's testing the new template, but you can see from that template how those trades are taken today. He have 4, 8, 12, 16, 20 trades, not even one losing trade. This is a beautiful, Jigorv. This is a beautiful. Nice job. Very nice job. Today, this is your template, Jigorv. I forgot it on from yesterday webinar, and it is amazing. Now I restart it again, but you can see also did the same thing here today. Beautiful job you did, and also Mr. Patel also on the ES he did a wonderful job. Dion did, our Australian guy. So I didn't have time to test him today or look at him, but I will today. This is okay. Thank you, Zhigorov. Um, sorry, guys, this internet because everybody using internet, so it's a bit heavy today. The internet. Everybody at home. Um, the Zhigorov sending a message. This one here is template number 10. And he's using template. Is this a NASDAQ, Zhigorov? 1,396. Let me read what he's saying. Okay, this is a NASDAQ. No, this is template 11. I'm sorry, template 11. Okay, thank you, sir. Beautiful job. Thank you. Okay, we are descending to the 7945.25 on the Nasdaq, and let them close. It's fine. So we are about to get 4,000 on the Nasdaq and around a couple thousand on the ES. The market now is done on those parts. Let's see what else there is. And now we are going down to the minor support area on the ES and on the Nasdaq. This is a major support area, the second trending stop. So let's see what happened. Well, this we shared this template with you guys, and this one here based on one contract also is beautiful, 1,600, and it's beautiful, clean, nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 winning trades, and it's done. It's beautiful. This one is under LB ES 4 minutes templates. Okay, we're done with the ES trade. Let's see the Nasdaq on 30 seconds. Okay, we still not closed on the 30 seconds as either. Let's look at the ES. Just took a short trade on the ES. Okay. Russell. There is no trade. Gold. Okay, there is one trade on the gold. Remember to update your gold contract. Let's look at the ES. It's 1000 on that last entry signal. Okay. Okay, on the 32nd, we're about to close around 5 on the scalping Nasdaq. It will be around 5,000. As you see, the auto trade has expanded the target, but there is a resistance line here. So as you see on the 1 minute, also the Nasdaq. Okay, this one is done on the gold. And then YM. Okay, the YM is doing well. I want to cover something about this template. Friday didn't do well, and yesterday didn't do well because of the market. But this one here made what 35,000 over 40,000 last week, and some of you that wanted to go with it. This is the one the templates we told you about it last week, and this is the same template, the same chart, but it is under the micro account. If we look at the micro account, this is a Nasdaq 1 minute. This is a Nasdaq 1 minute. So if you want to use it live on the micro account, you can use it live on a micro account, and you put a target $100 on it, and this one here it has hit 1,410, and this one here hit 1,140, because this is a micro account. So if we look at it, it's exactly the same trade. on both of sides, and exactly identical trades. If you want to use it on a micro account, you can use it on a micro account. And I don't know if you know how to do that trick, but you can um, go to global here and go to global here. So whatever, if we look at my crosser, is going on both of them, and you can see it's identical trade. Look, they're both, and it's identical trade. If we take it a little bit, look at this. They are identical trades. So um, so you can take it right away to the live on a micro account. If you are a new, you don't know what you're doing, take it on a live uh, micro account, and you keep recircling with it. Every time you hit the target, you just reload it and let it go one more time. If you are on a micro account, doesn't matter, and you can sit down and relax. You don't have to be stressed over it. The YM on the 1 minute is gonna close around the 2000 on the YM. It's about to close. And the ES is about to hit the target. It's 2200. Is about to hit the target. The target, the system estimated 2632. Let's see. And now it's 1041. I'm expecting if this market going like this, by 12 o'clock we should be on the ES around 2652 level. 2262 level. If we are if we are crossing this lines here, I'm expecting by 12 o'clock we are at the 2654 level, and we will see. Okay, nothing to say. So the Nasdaq is sinking to the 7959. This is your minor support, and then the second major support is 7946.75 on the Nasdaq. So you gotta be careful those. But I think it is over. Let's see. Okay. Well, everything is set. Everything is on the cruise. We wait a minute. This is, I think. Let me see if this one was Patel. Yep. This is our second member, actually. This is the first trade. Yesterday also, he did so very well on the ES. This is his template. You know, this is very nice how people, when you when they listen in the webinar and they get trained well, how they can generate their own template. They're not waiting on somebody to feed them a fish. They know how to start learning, picking up their own fish. This is really, this is really nice. You can see those guys. We had like 4 or 5 guys. Uh, they did some templates and they shared it with me yesterday in the webinar. And each one of them approached the auto trade differently, and each one of them is making money. And I mean, it's like, when you're a teacher in a class, you have a guy who's gonna get A plus, and you're gonna have a guy who's gonna wear the flag, and it's gonna be C minus, and you cannot help it. It's the same class, same teacher. It makes a difference when the student listen in the class. Really, it pays off. Okay, so now we are on the re-entry point in those area here on the ES. It's 26, 21, 25. This is a re-entry. As you see, this is a re-entry point. It's right there. The chart is telling you 26, 1850. This is the re-entry point. However, can you see that? If this market go below that number here, this means you have a problem. And we have added this on our automated filters. So that the fibs we have added on the filter as a filter. And as you see, this is a day in and a day out. Is so accurate. It's 26, 16, 25 as a re-entry. And this is also on the YM is practically every day the same story. And here's your re-entry. It cannot be accident every day, And that is a minute, folks. That is a minute. It's not a hula bullet chart. It is a real minute, a man chart. So that's good. That's good. All right. So I'll stay quiet before I get in trouble. as we expecting on the Nasdaq, came into the first trailing stop here. On the first trailing stop, and as you see, the trailing stop is a fib line. You see, so the auto trade is based on fib, and the trailing stops is based on fib. It's not a dummy trailing stop, 10 ticks plus minus 1 tick or whatever. So this is a really technical area where if the Nasdaq gonna cross that area, that means we don't need to be in that trade. And if the market keep going, as you know, it's very, very, very well. It's such a clean chart, and yet it's powerful. As we see here, the resistance at 79.8350, and the support area is 79.5925. So it's gonna cross one of those, and it's got stuck in that channel. As you see, it's stuck between the resistance 78.350 and the support is 79.587. This is extreme accuracy, and it is only 30-second chart. You know, when you have an accuracy, you don't need 5 minutes and 10 minutes. You can do it on 1 minute. You can do it on 30 seconds. You can do it on any time frame you want when you have an accuracy on the channel. So one thing. So if we are to break in that 79.8275, we are gonna go hit the target at 800.875, and the ES, if it breaks this projection at 26.25 level, we will be hitting the 26.3250, as I said before 12 o'clock. So the clock is ticking, and let's see what will happen. Right now it's 10:53, and that's what we expect it to be at 12 o'clock. And let's see if we are going to do it at 12 o'clock. Okay, we broke the first. We cash in on the first trade. We still have one trade on the Nasdaq. It's almost $1,900 on the second trade. And I'm gonna take the trailing stop to the first support area, secure some of the profit. But this is the entry point, so it's not over yet. We'll see what happened here. And we got out of one trade, but we still have one more trade. Let's see. Thank you, Carlos. When he came, this is Carlos' message. Is one of our members. How long you been with us? 6 months, 8 months? Good morning, Sam. The system is really amazing, very useful, great job. Thank you, sir. Let me see. Okay. That's his log. It's the 31st of March. Where did you get your 5,000 from? 2,000 and 615, 362. Amazing job. Thank you, Carlos. You know, most of you start getting the idea, you know. And he had nightmares when he started, and now he started getting it, enjoying it. And that's what it is. You start with a nightmare. When you're trading, it's the opposite like when you get married. When you get married, you go on honeymooning, and then you start dealing with diapers and things, and then you start shaking your head. In the market, you start with the diapers, and then you do the honeymooning later. It's the opposite. It's the opposite. You start a nightmare trader, and then with the longer you are, it become enjoyable. It's the opposite when you get married. Okay, so any other victims today auto trading? If it's Zigorf, you're done auto trading today. Who's else auto trading today? Okay, look. Now the Nasdaq is trying to go on the second support area, and this is our trailing stop. It's technical. It's not about dummy trailing stop. So it is a 79.47. If we cross it, that means it's over. On this is over on the second trade. We nailed it. Let's see what else we have in the pot. Maybe the YM. Okay, we still have the YM. Also is fixing to close. On the next trade, so if we notice now, all the scalper trades are closing, and this one here is about to close. Look at this. Is dealing with one tick. You see how technical it is? Yet it's very powerful, clean, and it is a price action with FIPS. No indicator needed. Indicators follow the market. What we need is predicting. You trade in the future. We're not trading potatoes. We trade in the future. We need to predict what is going to happen, not what has happened. We don't care what has happened. It's finished. So as we see now, all the scalpers are shutting down and closing those trades, and there is nothing left anymore. And now, a very good prediction, guys. We need to have some open-minded a little bit and be a little bit more. Now we still have one trade on the Nasdaq. It's going now to major support area here, and we are about to close the Nasdaq. On the last trade is going to be somewhere a little above $1,000 on the Nasdaq. So one of the things is you can see it immediately by, as an example, this is an early warning. You can look at your scalper, and your scalper is to start bowling to the short side, which if you don't know what to do, this is an indication of the market is about to start going between short and long. One thing, guys, those V shapes are over, and M shapes are over because of the internet has smoothed out the market. Now we have closed the Nasdaq, but we are already in the trade with the short Nasdaq on the scalper. So we can use the scalper to predict when we need to get off the trade, or if we wanted to overwrite the auto trade. And there we go. Even if you have a double account, let's say your name is Tom, you have an account with a Ninja, you can have it split account, and you will have Tom A and Tom B, Mike A and Mike B. Instead of having $5,000 in one account, you can have a sub-account. And if your name is 007, then you have A 007 and a B 007. So you can have the Nasdaq on the long trade and a short trade, or you can have a Nasdaq on a scalping and the other Nasdaq on the swing trading. Or if you want to, you can spread them out between the auto trade, the scalper, and the swing trading. So as we see right now, we are already got into the trade, and again, as you see, the Nasdaq hit a support line at 79.1775, and it could be the Nasdaq is going back to the entry point at 79.40. I don't know. I'm not an expert. Then I will go like this. I will break it even. I don't know how to read the market. That's very fine. But at least what I say, now I am on a free trade, and I don't care where this market is going to going back or forth. Or if you want to, you can close that trade and take those $500 away. Or if you are hoping to get that this $1,000 trade, at least try to break even if you want to override the auto trade. And if this market go back, at least it's not costing you any dime. And if the market want to keep going, then it will be $1,000 trade. So this is it is the trader call. If you want to walk away with 500, or if you want to walk away with 1,000, as long as if you close that position, do not try to go in after 5 minutes. It's finished. Don't try to get into a trade in the middle of it. You're gonna get caught. Try to if you want to cash in on $400 or $500, that's very fine. And then you do something else with your life, and then we wait till the signal has changed and you can go for one more round. But try not to go in the middle of the trend. It's not going to help you go in the middle of the trend. It's too late or it's too early. You don't want to do that. You don't want to mess with this market. You're going to wind up on the losing side. So right now, this market, I don't need an ATR and a MACD and all this whatnots to the market is either gonna hold on those lines or not. Either it's gonna hold it or break it. That's it. And you can split this market in those levels. As you see now, this market broke the first support line and now is struggling on the next one. If it breaks this one, that means the next bumper is 7,900. So we can immediately determine where we want to cash in and go home. Okay, this is the 30-second, and nothing is going on. Let's go on the smaller one, the 15-second. On the CL, we are on one trade. Let's look the Nasdaq. It's about to close position. So all the same, let's look at the ES. Also is about to close position. The party is over. Okay. Let's see if we are going to close that last trade. If you hear some kids, I don't know how people think, but there is sometimes people let their kids loose on the street, even on a crisis like this. No opinion. So we're about to close this one. Yep, it's about to close. All right. We thank you very much for today, and it was a pleasure serving everyone. And tomorrow it will not be live. Absolutely, tomorrow is Wednesday, but we will see you on the same channel on Thursday. I want to say thank you very much for today. Please, please, please protect your children and be safe. Yeah, and please, and protect yourself for your children's sake, and God may protect all of us. I want to say thank you very much, and God bless you all. Bye for now, and see you on Thursday.